This is Matador News, and here are today's headlines. Wildfires engulf California today as flames spread in Anaheim and in Napa Valley. The Dodgers sweep the D-backs and are 4 wins away from reaching the World Series.
Hi, and welcome to Matador News. I'm Jiani Navarro.
And I'm Lucas Wiggins.
Wildfires have been scorching across Anaheim. The wind-fed brush fire has destroyed several homes as it continues to grow. Mandatory evacuations have been placed for residents in Orange, Anaheim, and Tustin. The fire has spread 6,000 acres, burning at least 24 structures and leaving 5,000 homes evacuated. About 1,100 firefighters are involved in the firefight. As of now, the fire is only 5% contained. Thousands of firefighters are also in Northern California battling a dozen more fires spreading across Sonoma, Napa, and Mendocino counties. The fire has forced more than 20,000 residents to evacuate.
Resources still continue to be limited. We have folks on the fire line starting their 3rd shift right now that have not been relieved because there's folks not available to come in with so many fires in the area.
1,500 homes and businesses have been destroyed. 13 people have been killed, while more than 150 people are missing. This is Northern California's largest fire, burning more than 115,000 acres.
President Trump denounces allegations of undermining current Secretary of State Rex Tillerson in a meeting with former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger. Trump's statement comes after he said in an interview published by Forbes earlier today that he could beat Tillerson in an IQ test.
The IQ contest?
No, I didn't undercut anybody. I don't believe in undercutting people. Thank you very much.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders says Trump's comment was simply a joke and the president has faith in his cabinet.
A 19-year-old Texas student has been charged with murder for fatally shooting a campus officer. Hollis Daniels, a Texas Tech University student, had been arrested after officers found drugs in his room. Police took him into custody and were preparing to transfer him to county jail when Daniels pulled the officer's gun, shot the officer, then fled the scene. Daniels ripped off the officer's body camera after the shooting, but it was later found.
Catalonia's president says he intends to de-escalate tensions surrounding his earlier threat to secede from Spain. The announcement follows a large rally against independence in Barcelona on Sunday. Between 250,000 and 400,000 anti-independence Catalans and supporters marched through the streets to protest any moves for secession. Earlier this month, a majority of the Catalonian electorate voted for independence. Catalan police posted outside the parliament in Barcelona, sealing off the grounds from the public. Actions for the planned de-escalation have yet to be announced.
Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos has re-signed Obama-era Title IX protection, leaving mixed thoughts towards students on campus. Let's go to Matador News reporter Marissa Martinez.
Thanks, Jiani. Title IX provides protection against sexual discrimination in educational institutions. The amendment is used to address sexual misconduct and gender-based discrimination. But after this announcement, students may no longer have protection from discrimination.
I do think it's a good opportunity for people to speak out because the majority of sexual assaults does happen to women. And then the other campuses who don't have Title IX, like people who do get sexual assaulted, I guess feel that they aren't able to speak out due to their campus not supporting it.
The withdrawal from Title IX may not affect CSUN students, but does play a key role in helping colleges address
I feel like
sexual
Title IX
violence.
is a great program that we have that brings awareness to sexual harassment and what we can do to prevent it and what people on campus can do to help other people that have been affected by sexual harassment on campus.
CSUN's president, Diana Harrison, says CSUN does not stand for sexual misconduct and will not waver in their loyalty to the Title IX program and all its protections. Students are encouraged to use the resources that are available on campus, such as university counseling services. Now back to Lucas with more news.
Police have found new information about how the Las Vegas massacre began. Las Vegas police say that the gunman shot Mandalay Bay security guard Jesus Campos 6 minutes before opening fire on the concerts. Officials previously said that Stephen Paddock shot the security guard after he fired into the crowd at the Route 91 Harvest Festival.
Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein is planning a fundraiser in Beverly Hills tonight, one day after announcing she'll be running for a 5th term. After months of speculation, Feinstein posted on social media that she is all in. The 84-year-old first came into office as a U.S. Senator in 1992. She is now the oldest person in the Senate. If she wins in 2018, she will serve into her 90s.
The Dodgers are now moving on to the National League Championship Series after defeating the Arizona Diamondbacks 3-0. Cody Bellinger hit a home run in the top of the 5th inning, followed by a dramatic catch in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Over is Bellinger, reaches out. Did he get it? What a catch! He makes the catch as he falls into the dugout. And the inning is over.
The Dodgers will face either the Cubs or the Nationals in the National League Championship Series. The U.S. men's soccer team faces Trinidad and Tobago for the final game of the World Cup qualifiers. With a win, the team finishes 3rd in qualifier standings and is guaranteed a spot in next year's World Cup in Russia. Head coach Bruce Arenas says that they're so confident of beating the Soca Warriors that something bizarre would have to happen to lose against Trinidad and Tobago. There's nothing wrong with waiting until the last day to get in. Now let's go to Jesyka Dunn with entertainment.
Thank you, James. Former studio head Harvey Weinstein is now accused of raping 3 women. The Oscar-winning independent film producer was facing sexual harassment allegations reported by the New York Times last week. But now, the New Yorker magazine is reporting that actress Asia Argento and Lucia Evans say Weinstein forced himself on them sexually in 2 different incidents over the last 20 years. Another woman remained anonymous. A representative for Weinstein says he denies any allegations of non-consensual sex. The magazine also reports that 16 executives and assistants at the Weinstein Company and Miramax witnessed or knew about this unwanted sexual actions. Weinstein was fired by the Weinstein Company on Sunday. The company is expected to announce a name change in the next few days. The official trailer for the most anticipated film of the year is here. Fans of Star Wars saw the debut of The Last Jedi on ESPN last night.
Something inside me has always been there. But now it's awake. And I need help.
The trailer sparked major reactions on social media and got more than 300,000 views on YouTube in 30 minutes. The film hits theaters on December 15th. Tickets are on sale now. Let's go back to James with health.
Thank you, Jesyka. President Trump says he's going to sign an executive order to help repeal Obamacare. He tweeted this morning that signing the executive order will give health insurance to many people. He says insurers could sell a wide variety of insurance plans, making insurance less expensive. Experts say this would allow insurers to sell watered-down plans to healthy people and would keep only sick people on Obamacare. Let's go to reporter Ambar Rodriguez in the newsroom with a special health segment.
Thank you, James. Today is World Mental Health Day, which aims to raise awareness and support about mental health issues. Some CSUN students say it is important to have a day dedicated to mental well-being.
And I think it's good to that we should have it just so it can make people more comfortable with expressing themselves, so people further understand the struggle that they all go through, so so people become more accepted and like informed.
There's lots of people struggling with mental illness, and a lot of them don't have a voice, and they deserve to have a voice.
The university provides a variety of counseling services for all students: mental health screenings, crisis intervention assistance, group and individual therapy sessions, as well as a helpline. The University Counseling Services is located in Baramian Hall. Now let's go back to Jesyka in the studio for the latest in business.
Thank you, Ambar. Nintendo cannot keep up with the demand for its new retro console. Pre-orders for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition began in August. Stores sold out the systems promised by Nintendo in minutes. A similar problem occurred when the company released the Nintendo Entertainment Classic back in 2016. In September, the new $80 console hit stores, but many consumers went home empty-handed. Very few stores have been able to restock their shelves. The company says it did not expect such a high demand for the product, but consumers will see a steady supply throughout the year. Turns out you can teach an old dog new tricks. Sony is bringing back its robot dog, Aibo, but now it's more than just a children's toy. Sony will be focusing on turning the dog into a smart assistant using AI. Essentially, it's a smart speaker in a robot dog form. Aibo can now frolic around like a real dog while controlling home appliances, playing music, and conversing. Amazon and Google have yet to create a robot personal assistant, giving Sony a head start with their new hypoallergenic pup. Now, let's go back to Lucas for the weather.
Hold off on your sweaters and scarves just a little longer. Today's weather will be in the high 80s, but things will cool off a bit later in the week. This weekend will be mainly sunny in the mid-80s as red flag warnings continue throughout Northern California.
A new world record holder is now almost living as large as her tongue. A St. Bernard named Mochi has just been named Guinness World Records holder for having the largest tongue on a dog. The American pup was rescued by her owner at 2 years old. Now the 8-year-old's 7.3-inch tongue has her living lavishly. That is all the news for today. I'm Jiani Navarro.
I'm Lucas Wiggins.
I'm James Farr.
And I'm Jesyka Dunn. Thank you for watching Matador News.